Say goodbye. I think. Yep. Right, I'm live. So back on Euro Truck. I mean, okay, it's fine. Right, I'm just gonna wait for people to join. Right, okay. I'm gonna shut my door actually. I'm gonna get out of here. Right, okay. Okay. One thing that's really annoying about the stream is because now my cruise control for my uh, TV won't work at all, which is amazing. So yeah. Okay. Alright, okay. Okay. Can you close my door, please? Well, can you close my door in a second? Can you close my door in a second? Well, yeah, just close it. Alright, okay. So, I mean, it's alright, like, I'm just sat at services at the moment. Like, I just whiz you around. I'm just sat at a motorway services, so I'm gonna have a rest, which is enter. What I might do? No one's joining at the moment. Alright, let's go. Okay. I think it's alright though, because we can do all this. The biggest problem with the with the truck at the moment is that I have no cruise control, which is a bit of a pain for the moment. We've got 326 miles to Poland at the moment, so we're heading back towards Poland. If you hear any noise in the background, I was an idiot and I forgot to shut the door. And I'm kind of crammed in because the only way of getting out is letting off the steering wheel. Like there's a lever like at the bottom of the steering wheel you have to let off before you can get out, which is an absolute nightmare if you especially if you have the chair there because you have to move everything. So the laptop would be probably facing the wall, which is kind of pointless. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, but yeah. So yeah, that's good. Well, it's not good. The cruise control like physically won't work. I think it's because there's something wrong with the setup. There's not anything wrong with like the setup or anything. It's just because I forgot to save it. It thinks like last night. I was playing on this last night, and I forgot to do anything on. Like I forgot to like do anything. Um. Like I forgot to save anything or anything like that. And what happened after that was it now thinks I'm driving yesterday, basically. So on Monday, really. It's weird how it works, but you know. Currently it's Friday. We've still got 7 hours, 1 minute of driving. So it's not like we've still got a fair bit of driving to do. We've got 1,100 litres of fuel left, which will get us 2,300 miles. Oh, I've got my handbrake on. This is what I hate. There's so much tempt to speed on these motorways. The thing is, what I hate about these junctions is they remind you so early when a petrol station or the services or something like that, or parking is coming up. And the thing is, it's so easy to speed because you want to catch up with the traffic. There's the Rosas. You have to catch up with the traffic. If you're going over the speed limit, you kind of have to go over the speed limit to catch up, which is ridiculously annoying. Because say I want to catch up to that Peugeot, I'm going 5 miles an hour above the speed limit. So if there's a speed camera, I'm gonna get caught. So when you're doing this, you have to be careful. They remind you so early, though, like when something's coming up. Like it reminded me 2 kilometers before the petrol station is coming up. Like it's so annoying, but it's kind of the way it is. I mean, Germany service stations are really cool in some ways because they have generally what a UK petrol station would, or services, whatever you want to call it, has. So it has a petrol station, a parking, a drive-through coffee shop, so like Costa or Starbucks, or maybe even the Domino's, because there are services out there with Domino's pizzas. In the UK, that is. I think Cherwell Valley has one, if you live in the Midlands. Yeah, there are services out there with Domino's pizzas. So yeah. And then you have like a restaurant or like a sitting area, like in a building. In Germany, you don't really have the buildings, but you have this massive parking lot with loads of parking in it. And they're quite good, and they have really cheap fuel. Unlike the UK, where they rip you off on every single last bit of money that you have. Like to fill up at a service station, 25p a litre more, maybe in some cases. Yeah, it's quite ridiculous. Yeah, it's quite It's so boring sitting on the motorway, but at least there's no restriction on the motorway. Like there's no 120 or 100 or anything like that. That's good because then we can go a bit quicker. It's still saying 50 miles an hour, but it's better than going. I don't know. It's better. It's better than doing very low speed of it. I hate these people who get out of their lane, so you have to crash into. You either crash into them or you tip them slightly at minus 240, which I think is ridiculous. Yeah, that's the that's kind of how it goes. But yeah, it's kind of doing these kinds of journeys are quite weird. They're long distance. Like we've got 211 miles to get to the destination. On the last live stream, we've just got level 6 to get in. On the last stream, I was sitting over there. Now I've actually got the TV working, so that's good. But instead, we've actually we got the setup back up to where it was. Oh wait, these are like are these like the weird services? Oh, these are the really weird services. I'm just gonna turn this around for a second, so you can see how this works. There's two. Wait, okay. So there's the petrol station. 122 for diesel. That's not too bad. 133 for petrol. It's really weird because everywhere else it's more expensive for unleaded. But in the UK, it's diesel more expensive than unleaded. It's just somehow the way it goes. I thought this was the services with the switch over, but it's not. Let's get back on the road. Oh, it's 120. I'm really not paying attention to the speed. The thing is, technically, the M2, which is the motorway, the A2, which is the motorway that we're on in Germany, it's one of the autobahns. Autobahn 2. It's ridiculous because we're just sitting on the motorway doing 50 miles an hour. This is. It's ridiculous, really, because there are many. So there's many autobahns on this game. All of them, in fact. But the problem with it is you have to sit on the motorway doing ridiculously low speed, and you don't really do anything necessarily because there's so little going on, really. I mean, it's kind of the way it is, but like I'm still sitting on the motorway and going 48 miles an hour when I could be going maybe 65, because on the autobahns you can remove the limiter on the truck. So normally I'd only be able to go up to 56. But that's not just what it can handle. It's not like an engine. It's not an engine. That's the fastest the engine can go. There's a limiter on the engine which only allows the engine to go 56. Whilst if you remove that limiter, you can go up to maybe 75, 80 if you really tried. But yeah, what the 120, so what the 120 means. So you get gantries on the signs. So there's one coming up now. It says 110. So that means I need to go 110. When you get the circle with the that. Exactly what I was going to say. There was just another one after that which said end. So now we can get up to autobahn level. Everyone's speeding back up towards, well, their de-restricted kind of pace. There's another services coming. How many services? It's 2 kilometers away. Because I just stopped at one. They're quite frequent, the services at the moment. Like they kind of they vary in terms of how much length there is in between them. But there's it's kind of, it's weird how it works, but yeah. It's one. Wait. That wasn't too good. I think that just said 1 kilometre, to be honest. It's coming up now. I'm 136 miles away. The border is about 20 miles south of where we're going. So I would say it's only about 110 miles before we cross the border, where fuel gets really cheap. Fuel is 99 pence, not pounds. At least if it was 99 pounds a litre, that'd be much. But if it's 99 pence a litre, which is cheap, which may not sound like that much of a big deal, but the thing is, that service is there was 122. 122. So that's basically saying that we could save 23 cents. So pence, basically. 23 pence a litre off, which is quite a saving when you're putting in 200 to 300 maybe litres. It depends on how much. I don't know when the last time I filled up, so I don't know actually how much I'll put into this. Maybe it could be 700 litres, but that would be a big saving. The more fuel we put in, the cheaper it gets, basically. Right, let's go. We're getting on the M10. That's the motorway which joins up with the post border. So that's good. Something ahead is Polish. Because I just saw signs for Dresden and something else, which I can't pronounce. I think it's like Poznan? I don't know how you say these Polish. Something Polish is ahead. So we are, we're not getting, we're not that far. I'm going to test cruise control, see if it works. No, it doesn't work. Stupid cruise control. We've had to do nearly 1,000 miles to get to, I think we've been sitting on the motorway for, an hour. I think we've been sitting, this live stream started 17 and a half minutes ago. But that's basically saying that, there's a lot of driving involved. So I think there was 1,000 miles. So we've been going since Swansea in Wales. That's how far. We started in Germany. But we've been doing a lot of this. I forgot to start recording. Because I was going to do a live stream. But then I've realised, wait until a bit later. Because I didn't think anyone, because I've been doing this I've been driving since about 4:30. And I didn't think anyone would be on a live stream at 4:30. But then I realised when I got to about, 6:30-ish, I was thinking, that'd be good. But then, I'd be kind of I was already halfway through Germany, so that kind of spoils the whole point of doing a live stream because it won't be that long. But we could do another journey. We could go back towards France. And we could. I mean, yeah. There's always possibilities of what we could do after we've done this journey. I mean, I want to kind of have a look around in Poland. I want to drive around this city we're going to. We're going to Szczecin. I don't know how you say it, but that's where we're going. Right. Yeah, we're definitely going. We're getting close because everything on the signs now is Polish. Dresden's not even on the signs now. In fact, no, Berlin's still on the signs for where we're going to. We're 64 miles away now, which would probably take about 10 minutes, in real time. Saying an hour and a half, but it's not going to be an hour and a half. Generally about an hour in real time is about 5 minutes. So just bear that in mind if you play this game, bear that in mind. It's a Mazda CX-3 there. I barely see them in real life, let alone in the game. We're 52 miles away. And 15 minutes. Can you close the door, please?
Right.
Yes.
What?
I'm live streaming.
Okay.
But I didn't. Anyway. Finally. I've got just over 3/4 of the tank. It's saying 2,000 miles of fuel left. But I think when I started in Swansea, I think it said 3,000. 3,000. There and thereabouts. It was quite a lot of fuel in the tank. I mean, to be fair, it did have, well, basically a full tank. Well, we have just over half, so yeah, that's good. So technically, what that's saying is we could go from Swansea to Skeshen, where I'm going, and back to Swansea on one tank of fuel, which is, well, that's about 2,500 miles. So it's saying 2,000 miles, but the thing is, I've been fairly efficient with my fuel economy. From Swansea, I actually took I took the back route. I took the back route, unless if the motorway was clear, so we didn't slow down at all. So I was I was being really careful. And when I got to London, I didn't take the M25. I took the M3. What? I'm not even going over the speed limit. There's the Rosas behind it. We can't be far because that's the last junction. Before the border, we're 19 miles away. We really can't be far now because the border is basically like we should be nearly. Wait, this is the border. Wait, yeah, this is the border. These services coming up are the border. That is the border. Alright, okay. Yeah, we're coming out of Germany now. Let's get out of here. Yeah, here's the border. I'm just going to pull in and get some fuel as well because I want to see how much fuel is. I'm just going to spin. We're at the Polish border though. That's the border. Right, we got new speed rules, so now I can actually go 56. Loads of people are pulling in. I wonder why. It's 90. Wait. It's 90. Wait. Oh. Wait. Which pump am I going to go to? 453. 453 a gallon. That's cheap. And that's a gallon as well. I have to wait for 2 lorries. If I was in that queue, I'd have to wait for 2 lorries to fill up. And then me fill up. I wonder why the service station's so cheap because it's, well, 99 pence a litre. Right, okay, so I want to stop the engine and then let's start refueling. Let's see how much this costs them. 345 euros for 348 litres. That's the first time I think I've ever seen it on this game where I've had more litres than the amount of euros that I've spent. Which should be correct because it's, well, cheap as. 99 is just so cheap. 99p. I could either buy a mattress or 348 litres of fuel. Maybe, yeah, I'll take the 348 litres. I already have a mattress. So, yeah. I don't need £345 worth of mattress. Anyway, Right, we're in this town that I don't want to pronounce again because I'll probably offend anyone that's Polish. But we are in Szczecin. Szczecin. I don't know. Another speaker. I don't get how the police cars. They just snap you up. Like we weren't even going. We were going 1 mile an hour above the speed limit, and they caught us somehow. It's pretty stupid to be honest. But, you know. I know there's a Mercedes-Benz dealer here. There's a Mercedes-Benz dealership, which isn't open at the moment. It's 2:00 in the morning. This is. So yeah, there's a Mercedes-Benz dealership here, but it's closed. So that's pretty unhelpful. Pretty unhelpful. I think there's actually tram lines. I may be wrong, but I think there is. I've just got a red light violation. Who gives one more? Sketching is how you pronounce it, I think. Let's just see how you pronounce it. I might get like a Polish person to speak it to me. Maybe that would actually be good. Like that'd help. That'd be helpful. Except I feel like I'm more of an edit kind of person than a live stream kind of person because I've been doing a lot more. I've been doing a lot more live streams, but that's only because I think it's just a bit more. If I'm doing these long distance journeys, people can just sort of pop in on the live stream and just put in a couple of comments, and then they can leave if they want to. So I think that's one thing about live streaming. They don't have to watch the whole video. Whilst if you do a video, you're intrigued to watch the whole video, and if it's a certain length, generally my video is probably 3 or 4 minutes long. So generally, I think the shorter videos get longer views. But the thing is, if it's a longer video, there's a less chance because there's not many people who watch a longer video. Generally people just don't do that. Generally people are more into shorter videos, where you can just see what happens quicker. And then videos can get boring. So if you don't include much in a video, but it's really long, it can get boring. It can. So generally, this is where live streaming comes in because if you want a longer video, do it on a Premiere. So if you want to make a video more, so say 15-20 minute video, put it on Premiere. People can pop in, pop out, and then it's certain people watching kind of thing. There's the Rosas. I'm definitely not going to speed it. They actually crashed into the Rosas. Why would you attempt that? There's a motorhome in front of me. There's a Heimer. And now I have to stick to 29 miles an hour. 27, 28, 30. I think there are. I think there are like before the border, which I don't think is ridiculous at all. It can't be far away because it was literally 10 miles away. Like we're right on the edge of Poland, like right on the edge of Poland. So it's generally it's like when you get out of the small towns. There's only a couple of towns in Poland. I think there's two on this. That we're heading towards Poznan. I think there's a truck dealer in there, so I'm gonna head over there. I think I'm gonna kind of, it's not too bad, but it's kind of. I think the truck dealers really help because then they give you a broad variety of trucks that you can try out. You have to be a certain level to use some of the trucks. So like this Volvo here, you have to. I think you need level 7. I'm level 8, so I'm kind of more